If you enjoy this podcast summary, please consider subscribing. Brett Cooper is a conservative and cultural commentator who has made a name for herself with her sharp insights and relatable perspective. After leaving the Daily Wire, she's been tackling current events, cultural issues, and personal stories on her own show, The Brett Cooper Show. She's attracted over 1 million subscribers in just 1 month and has become a voice for Gen Z, challenging the status quo and sparking conversations on topics often overlooked by the mainstream media. Brett's passionate about her subscription network, Cooper Confidential, where she does a weekly advice video and offers ad-free episodes and a monthly subscriber-only newsletter. She's excited to connect with her audience in a more personal way and provide them with valuable content. When it comes to the current state of conservative politics, Brett thinks there's a lot of hope, but also a lot of infighting. She believes the right is being very sore winners and that there's a lot of drama and power grabs going on behind the scenes. Brett's personal life is also an interesting topic. She grew up in a family that moved around a lot, and her parents were never really happy in their marriage. Her father wanted her aborted, and she found out about this when she was 15 or 16 years old. Brett's also passionate about food and has a dream of starting a cookie company. She loves baking and trying out new recipes, and she thinks it would be a great way to connect with her audience and provide them with something tangible. Brett's family has been through a lot, including the loss of her brother David, who died of a cardiac arrest during a rowing practice when Brett was just 5 years old. The incident had a profound impact on the family, and each member dealt with their grief differently. Brett's mom was honest with her about what happened, and she remembers the day vividly, including the Valentine she had made for David and the sound of her clogs in the hospital hallway. Brett's relationship with her dad was complicated, and they didn't have a great relationship when she was growing up. However, as she got older, she began to understand him more and developed empathy for him. She even considered having him on her show to discuss their past and work through their issues. Brett's mom played a significant role in shaping her values and encouraging her to pursue her passions. Brett's journey has been marked by challenges and tragedies, but she has emerged as a strong and resilient woman. She credits her mom's honesty and support for helping her navigate the difficulties of her childhood and find her passion in life. Her mom, who was very intentional about helping her process her grief, encouraged her to draw out her favorite memories with David in a little book. This book has become a treasured keepsake, filled with Brett's terrible stick figure drawings of their time together. Despite not having many memories of her brother, Brett's psyche was deeply affected by his passing, and she grew up idolizing him and wanting to be like him. As she got older, Brett began to realize that she had a deep-seated fear that she wouldn't live past the age of 17, the same age her brother was when he died. This fear was fueled by the fact that she had no memories of her brother from the first 3 years of her life, and only a few fragmented memories from the year after that. Brett's advice to others who have experienced loss is to acknowledge their grief and find ways to honor the person who has passed. She also believes that it's essential to find ways to cope with grief in a healthy way, whether that's through therapy, support groups, or creative expression. Brett's mom, who has also been a huge source of support for her, has been instrumental in helping her to process her grief. Through this organization, Brett has met other kids who have experienced similar losses, and it has been incredibly helpful for her to connect with others who understand what she's going through. Brett's experience with grief has also led her to explore the idea of an afterlife and the possibility of communicating with loved ones who have passed. She believes that her brother is still with her and that she can feel his presence in her life.
Brett's conversation with Sean Ryan is a powerful reminder that grief is a universal human experience, and it's essential to approach it with compassion, empathy, and understanding.
By sharing her story, Brett hopes to help others who are struggling with grief and to provide a sense of comfort and connection to those who are navigating this difficult journey. As a child, Brett struggled to cope with the loss of her brother and the subsequent divorce of her parents. She found solace in acting, which became both a hobby and an escape from the emotional turmoil she was going through. At just 8 years old, Brett knew she wanted to be on Broadway, and she spent years honing her craft, eventually moving to California to pursue her dreams. However, Brett's journey was not without its challenges. She struggled with anxiety and perfectionism stemming from her childhood experiences. She felt like she had to be a peacemaker, constantly trying to keep the peace and avoid rocking the boat. This fear of disappointing others has stayed with her into adulthood, making it difficult for her to stand up for herself in her personal life. Despite these challenges, Brett has found success in her career, using her platform to tell stories and bring people together. She has a deep love for storytelling, which she believes has the power to transform and change people. Her passion for acting and storytelling has taken her on a journey of self-discovery, helping her to understand herself and the world around her.
Brett's conversation with Sean Ryan touches on the idea of connected consciousness and the human mind's capabilities. They discuss the concept of telepathy and the idea that our brains are capable of so much more than we realize.
Brett shares her own experiences with EMDR therapy, which has been transformative for her, helping her to process and deal with past traumas.
The conversation also delves into the topic of psychedelics, with Sean sharing his own experiences and the benefits he has found.
Brett is hesitant, citing her fear of the unknown and the potential risks. However, she is open to the idea of exploring it in the future, particularly if it could help her brother who struggles with schizophrenia. Throughout the conversation, Brett's vulnerability and openness are striking. She shares her fears, anxieties, and struggles, but also her passions and successes. Her story is a testament to the human spirit's ability to overcome adversity and find success, even in the face of challenges. Brett's journey into political commentary began during her time at UCLA. Thought she was part of a very liberal industry, but she never felt the need to hide her conservative views. Despite the backlash, Brett refused to back down and continued to speak her mind. Her brother Chase had a conversation with her, and she finally understood that she needed to distance herself from these toxic relationships. Brett's experience with her sorority was also a turning point in her life. The sorority was embroiled in controversy during the BLM movement, and Brett was shocked by the way her sisters were treating each other. She eventually decided to leave the sorority, realizing that she no longer wanted to be a part of an organization that was so divided and toxic. Brett's journey has not been easy, but she has come out stronger on the other side. She has found a new sense of purpose and has learned to stand up for herself, even in the face of adversity. Her relationship with her husband has been a source of strength and comfort, and she's grateful to have him by her side. Brett's decision to leave the Daily Wire was not an easy one, but she ultimately felt that it was necessary for her to take control of her own content and career. She's grateful for the freedom to create content that is true to herself and to build a life that aligns with her values. She's also thinking about starting a family and is excited about the possibility of becoming a mother. Brett's approach to balancing work and family is to prioritize and say no to things that don't align with her values. She believes that women can have it all, but it's not always easy, and it's okay to make sacrifices for the things that matter most. She's inspired by her mom, who gave up a corporate career to focus on raising her children and building a life that was true to herself. Brett hopes to follow in her mom's footsteps and create a life that is fulfilling and meaningful. She acknowledges that no individual can have it all, and it's about prioritizing what's important at the moment. She's grateful to have a supportive partner, Alex, who's taken on a huge bulk of the work, giving her the freedom to pursue her passions. Brett looks up to women like Candace and Liz Wheeler, who are also balancing their careers and family life. She admires how they've set boundaries and prioritized their families, and she's learned from their examples. Brett believes that society has become skewed, where women are expected to choose between their careers and families. She thinks it's essential to have a support system like her mom, who's moving to be near her and help with childcare. When it comes to her future plans, Brett is excited but unsure. She wants to build something meaningful and big, but she's open to letting life take its course. She's passionate about storytelling and entertaining people, and she hopes to continue doing what she loves. Brett's goal is to stay true to herself and be open to new opportunities.
Sean Ryan praises Brett for her courage and inspiration, saying she's built a legacy at a young age. Brett returns the compliment, admiring Sean's integrity and consistency in his work. She appreciates his authenticity and thinks he's a great example of someone who is true to themselves in the public eye.
Brett Cooper is a pioneer in her own right, making it okay for people to talk about what they believe in, no matter what. She's a steadfast example of integrity and consistency, and her influence is inspiring to many. As she continues to build her brand and pursue her passions. Brett remains committed to staying true to herself and being open to new opportunities. Main learning from video. Brett Cooper is a conservative commentator who has made a name for herself with her sharp insights and relatable perspective. After leaving the Daily Wire, she's been tackling current events, cultural issues, and personal stories on her own show, The Brett Cooper Show. She's attracted over 1 million subscribers in just 1 month and has become a voice for Gen Z, challenging the status quo and sparking conversations on topics often overlooked by the mainstream media. Brett's journey has been marked by challenges and tragedies, but she has emerged as a strong and resilient woman. She credits her mom's honesty and support for helping her navigate the difficulties of her childhood and find her passion in life. Brett's story is a testament to the human spirit's ability to overcome adversity and find success, even in the face of challenges. She emphasizes the importance of being kind to yourself and allowing yourself to feel your emotions, and encourages people to find ways to honor the person who has passed and to keep their memory alive.
Brett's conversation with Sean Ryan is a powerful reminder of the importance of vulnerability and openness, and her words are a testament to the human spirit's ability to persevere in the face of adversity.
Brett's story is a must-listen for anyone who has struggled with family dynamics, mental health, or relationships. Her words are a reminder that we are not alone, and that there is always hope for healing and redemption. Brett's approach to balancing work and family is to prioritize and say no to things that don't align with her values. She believes that women can have it all, but it's not always easy, and it's okay to make sacrifices for the things that matter most. Brett hopes to follow in her mom's footsteps and create a life that is fulfilling and meaningful. She acknowledges that no individual can have it all, and it's about prioritizing what's important at the moment. Brett's goal is to stay true to herself and be open to new opportunities. She's passionate about storytelling and entertaining people, and she hopes to continue doing what she loves. Brett's story is a testament to the power of taking risks and following one's passions, even when the outcome is uncertain. She's a pioneer in her own right, making it okay for people to talk about what they believe in, no matter what. She's a steadfast example of integrity and consistency, and her influence is inspiring to many. As she continues to build her brand and pursue her passions, Brett remains committed to staying true to herself and being open to new opportunities. If you are interested to listen to complete 30-minute summary and unlock detailed insights for each topic discussed in the video, check out quick podcast summaries on Spotify and Apple Podcasts with free trial and later, just for the price of candy. Happy listening.